Now, Nigerians are believed to be leaving their country in numbers to seek better opportunities abroad. According to recent reports, unemployment rate and lack of economic opportunities, as well as insecurity, are some of the driving forces behind this syndrome that is now commonly referred to as Japa. Diplomatic correspondent Joy Annie takes a look at the Japa syndrome in this special report as presented from our studios.
The recent trend of Nigerians leaving the country en masse, fondly called Japa, to seek greener pastures abroad, suggests that such Nigerians want some breather from Nigeria. But sometimes, the greener pasture they seek is waiting for them at home to explore. A recent PEW research survey reveals that about 45% of Nigerians' adult population plan to relocate to another country within 5 years. Of the 12 countries surveyed from Africa, the Middle East, Europe, and North America, it was also revealed that 7 in every 10 Nigerians plan to relocate if the opportunity presents itself. What is going on?
Why we're able to have this upward mobility, first and foremost, is the Nigerian education system are able to produce graduates that are marketable. And these marketable graduates are doctors, they are nurses, they are engineers, they're technologists. And they think that, okay, the Nigerian economy cannot pay them to match what they are going to be paid abroad. And also we have to remember that the way people work have changed. Remote working has made it easy for our technologies and our software engineers to work while in Nigeria. So these factors, I will make a case that these 3 factors are a much bigger contributor than the fact that maybe the economy is down. I will tell you, no matter how good Nigeria economy is, people will japa, because folks from southern Nigeria, the 3 southern Nigerian geopolitical zones, I will say this again because folks from the north of Nigeria do not japa as much as those from the south. So it's a cultural syndrome that is emblematic of our desire for a life that is better than what we have anywhere we are. So that's why you will see Nigerians even move from United Kingdom to USA. From USA, they will move to Canada. They are jumping around. And Nigerians are suddenly even discovering Dubai because Nigerians want a better life. And it's just a culture.
Engineer Michael Oluwagbemi said those in the 45% equation of about 200 million Nigerians need jobs, which definitely places a gap in some sensitive areas of manpower development, hence the desire for movement. However, Japa syndrome has attracted several investments in Nigeria, which has grown the economy, like the diaspora remittances, which is more than what government generates in the oil and gas industry. But then, one thing is important.
There will be some gaps in some critical sectors of the economy, like nursing and especially in the medical area. Potentially there's a gap because of people who are leaving in droves despite having been trained by Nigeria. I say the solution to the problem first and foremost is that we need to look at the supply side. Are we overproducing folks that we cannot provide jobs for in Nigeria? Maybe we are producing too many people in that sector, and then we should reconfigure our education system to produce less of them and more of what we need. Because if we produce more of what we need, then we can provide them jobs that instead of after investing in their education. Number 2, should we make the investment in education today that we are giving almost as a freebie, as a grant, should we turn it to a loan? Because if people are loaned money to go to universities, maybe the pool and the requirements to pay back we keep them in Nigeria to be able to be useful to Nigerians. Security forces, for example, we only have about 130,000 policemen, military men, about 350,000 policemen, and maybe 250,000 to 300,000 other paramilitary forces. That gives us roughly about 800,000 Nigerians protecting 210 million Nigerians. That's a bad equation. We need at least 1 to 3% of the country protecting itself. So that would give me automatically, I'm looking at about 6 million people. That means there's a gap, 6 million to less than 1 million. That means we need to employ 5 million people. So we need to put 5 million people to work in our security forces. We need to expand our military. We need to expand our police. We need to expand our paramilitary forces. We need to expand our intelligence forces. These things has to be the mantra of the security forces. Jobs, jobs, jobs. And in order for us to support jobs, I have good news for Nigerians. You might think it's the bad news. We have to pay more taxes. You cannot be one of the lowest tax-paying countries in the world and support the largest economy in Africa. It is not possible.
He revealed that with about 1.7 million Nigerians in the diaspora and many still aiming to join, there can only be one way out, which points to the incoming administration as they continue to pay attention to creating jobs and more jobs or decent enablement opportunities.
You want to have a right vision for yourself. But do not for one think that you cannot achieve your dream in Nigeria. There are millions of Nigerians who have never smelt outside the country. And number one, he's the richest man in Nigeria and the richest African. He always says it. He says he has not a single property, not a single house, not a single investment prior to when Dangote Cement was expanding out of Nigeria, outside of Nigeria. He's Nigerian. He's always been Nigerian. So it tells you a lot of what you can be while being in Nigeria.
As 2023 election is fast approaching, Nigerians are hopeful that government policies and reactions would tilt towards this to change the mindset of many, especially the youth who believe that traveling abroad is the only way out.